Hello, I'm Tom.
Hello, I'm Naomi.
And Esquire has asked us to explain some things.
Let's dive in, shall we?
Yeah, let's dive in. The long-awaited FX series Feud returns with Season 2. What should we expect to see?
Juicy lies and secrecy and women in their prime.
Love, loss, heartbreak, glamour, amazing tailoring.
And then tragedy.
And then betrayal, and then heartbreak.
Truman Capote, played by Tom Hollander, the brilliant. Tom, can you explain the relationship between both of your characters and how it evolves?
Yes, I can. We play Babe Paley, who was the wife of the founder of CBS, Bill Paley. Her closest emotional friend was with Truman Capote, who was in his own lifetime the greatest writer of his age, but who was also a terrible drunk.
After a 20-year friendship, he betrays her.
He doesn't think he's betraying her, and I feel this quite deeply because I was playing the character. And he wanted desperately for the friendship to come back, and she wouldn't let him, and he called her day after day after day, and she wouldn't answer him. And he got sadder and sadder.
She was filled with regret about it, that she couldn't get to that place of forgiveness. And she was also supported by her group of friends who
ganged up on me. Ganged up on me.
Yes, because they were all humiliated, and to be written about and exposed in such a way was too hurtful.
You weren't. I was celebrating you.
Yeah, I know. Tom, what was the most challenging part of playing the infamous novelist Truman Capote?
Learning the lines, because there were a lot of them.
Yeah, there really were. He had reams and
some
reams.
of them were long.
How did you perfect the voice, the vocal mannerisms?
By copying them off his TV performances and doing vocal gymnastic training with Jerome Butler, the most wonderful voice coach. Before we did a scene, I would listen to him and then I would say it. So he was in my head. Naomi?
Yes?
What was your favourite trait of your character?
I think both sides of perfection and fragility and holding on to those secrets and creating veneers that everything was absolutely splendid all the time.
And what was your least favourite?
The smoking.
Oh, yeah.
For many reasons she smoked. One, to be slender, and, all those meals, dining at Coat Basque and wherever else. It was a better option to smoke and fit into these glorious clothes. And she died from double lung cancer, so you really were literally lighting one off the other. And it was always nice to work with props, but they made you, you'd get instant migraines.
Yeah, they were horrible, those cigarettes.
Tom.
Yes?
What was the most annoying thing about your character?
As a real person, the most annoying thing about him was that he knew what his own weaknesses were and that he kept revisiting it. He just was in a loop, a circle of self-destructive behaviour. So that's kind of annoying because you just want to go, stop it!
Can you share a moment, on or off-screen moment, where your appreciation for me started to grow?
Yes, from the moment that I met you, when you answered your door and invited me in, and we began this journey of playing these two characters who loved each other.
I remember this scene where we were playing dress-ups, and
yes,
that was
mucking around in your
around
dressing room.
And I think
Very,
also we'd met once before,
cool.
And we're both British and
have
a great
true.
sense of humour, and we take it seriously, but not too seriously.
For our story, Esquire magazine that publishes Answer Prayers, and so it's absolutely crucial, yeah. In our depiction of the story, he somehow tore the palace down. The fairy tale castle is sort of destroyed by it.
Do you think it was coming anyway?
Oh, yes. Well, there's a brilliant episode in which the 60s are coming. Suddenly, young women with really no money at all are the acme of glamour, and couture is replaced by Ozzy Clark and things like that. So it's kind of, people are just, hippiedom is coming, and they're not hippies, none of these people. They're much more formal and old-fashioned.
They were even old-fashioned in their moment, in a way.
They're not democratized, are they? I think that's what's coming, is that sort of fun everyone gets to have fun in the 60s and 70s, like Woodstock turns up, where everyone's flopping around in the mud together. It doesn't really matter where they come from, and all the aristocrats and fancy people are trying to pretend they're not, because everyone wants to go down, whereas this is high-so. And high-so has never been the same since, though there's a new sort of high-so now that if you're not part of, it's invisible. So I'm not sure how, the world comes around again.
Yeah, cyclical.
Yeah.
What specifically do you think makes Gus Van Sant such an incredible director?
He has the confidence to be still and silent.
He would have us as almost a warm-up exercise to play the whole scene without saying any words. So the behaviour is all there.
The silent takes.
And the silent takes. And sometimes people would be like, what's going on here? But actually it informs you of what's available without words.
We never shot conventionally. He would often shoot big long scenes in single sweeping shots, and he would tell the story of the scene with the camera. It was very magical and mysterious.
So there's an enormous trust as actors. You kind of give yourself over to a director who has that level of confidence and experience.
And also, he was Gus Van Sant, so it was not hard to do that. You would go, well, it's Gus Van Sant.
Thanks for watching. Hopefully we've explained things well.